My name is Flossy Rocks, and this is Siren the Step Van, my tiny home on wheels. Every time we get to this time of year, I can't help but think, what have I done this year? Like, that, friends, is a frozen oyster mushroom. Prioritizing joy when the world needs it most for us to be encouraged and supported in keeping going. Hope the hat's gonna dry. Tea mugs and do a little underwater photo shoot. Well, good morning. This is unexpected. Look. Hopefully, I'm about to get out my door. If any of you will remember last year, this door faux shut. Okay. It's only just started snowing. There's very little here. We're good. Woohoo! Nothing like taking oneself out in the cold for a walk. And this time I'm taking Octo Hat with me as my little forest companion. I'm excited. This has brightened up the whole world, going from wet and damp and grey to beautiful and wet and snowy. I think it's pretty much stopped snowing for now. Perfect time to get out, but I think it might turn back to rain because here in the Pacific Northwest it doesn't quite often get cold enough to keep the snow around for long enough to really coat and get everything. So our snow here tends to be really wet snow. Wet and slushy and melty, and then it gets icy. Oopsie! It gets icy overnight when it freezes. So when I was on the road yesterday, I saw, oopsie, I saw the fire department pulling a vehicle out of the ditch, which I think had probably had the wrong tires on. And I desperately need new tires for the van, and I am not getting new tires until 2025. In 2025, I will get new tires, more aggressive off-roady ones, but I'm saving up for those because I need 6. Saving all my YouTube monies. Oh wow, looks beautiful. There's a remnant of salmon carcass stench still. Every time we get to this time of year, I can't help but think, what have I done this year? Like, what all happened? What all in my life happened that I'm proud of? What were all the challenges? And how did I get through them? One second. You don't want to get dumped. Oh God. Let's go this way. Because I've recorded everything, I have this beautiful library of all my ups and downs, all the fun things, the adventures, the crazy times, all of the times I've laughed and celebrated with you, and some of the times that I've cried and really struggled. And I'm hoping that you, over this period of time, find time to celebrate your own successes and the fact that you two have made it through a whole bunch of stuff. The wild world is what it is, and we stand up for what we believe in, and that is important. The thing I also appreciate is, ooh, slippery, being able to prioritize joy. Whee! Case in point. Prioritizing joy when the world needs it most for us to be encouraged and supported in keeping going, to live in a system that's designed as a capitalist rat race. Like, it's a challenge, and joy is a radical act of self-care. So I hope you will find a moment of joy. Look at that mushroom. Wow, I think that's an oyster mushroom. Trees are something amazing. There it is. That, friends, is a frozen oyster mushroom. And there's a couple more down there. Maybe if I'd found these yesterday, we would have picked them and eaten them, but they're beautiful. Wow. Good to know for next year's oyster mushroom tree, if it survives winter's high tide, because the river is eroding its roots. And there's more of the mushroom body. Let me just come down here. Growing on the roots. Isn't that fascinating? Cool. These little spots of green, which is so beautiful, under a tree. You just get these little hidey spots. It's like white and then green. It's so beautiful. And then you step out here and you're back to getting wet and snowed on or rained on again. Ah, so gorgeous. Oh my gosh, I am wet and cold. I'm back in the van, time to warm it up, get a fire going. But before we do that, I actually shouldn't take off my jackets because I need to cut some wood for the fireplace. Doo-doo-doo. Yeah. Most of the firewood that I can get is made for campfires or for indoor house stoves, so it was very big. And because I have a cubic mini wood stove, the cubic mini wood stove is fantastic, but it is small, and as a 1 square cube for a fireplace, one needs to cut up the wood so that it will fit inside. But once the fire is going, it is toasty and warm. I love having a wood stove inside my van. Makes living in this thing lovely. So, time to cut up a whole bunch of firewood, which means going back outside again. It is both beautiful and then cold and very wet. It's not like the rest of Canada, which gets very, very cold temperatures and very dry snow. We get cold temperatures and wet snow. And if you have lived in a place that is wet anytime, wet cold is often feels to the body and the bones way colder than dry cold. Dry cold can often just be really pleasant because everything's crisp and crunchy. But here, like, you're out on it for a few minutes and everything is wet, and then that wet and cold seeps into you. Ugh. But I do love it. I do love it. It looks pretty when everything's white. So, my hot drink to warm me up. I need to cut some firewood for my wood stove, and I have been very lucky to be gifted, and it's something I don't normally do, but it's an Amazon affiliate promotion of a tiny mini chainsaw, and I'm pretty happy about it. I'm excited to have one, and it is perfect for not taking up much space and for me being able to cut my firewood. I have been sent this Cecil 6C8S mini chainsaw, and it comes in this beautiful box. They've included for me gloves, safety gloves, eyeglasses, which is great because I never wear them. There is a blade protector, and 2 21-volt lithium batteries, which are 400 amp hours each, and an extra saw blade, which is fantastic. I've gone and filled up the chainsaw oil because we need to fill the chainsaw oil reservoir before we use it, and then drain it out again before we store it away again, which is unusual, I think. Not quite sure how I'm going to drain it out, but we'll see. Cool. And it all fits also compactly in this nice box. Once we've put oil in, this is actually a bump button which pumps it. So I'm going to attach a battery and we're going to lube up the chainsaw. Go. We go pump, pump, pump. Oh yeah, I see oil on it now. Okay, great. I'm gonna try and not get it wet, and we're gonna cut some firewood into smaller pieces. So I'm gonna put my safety goggles on and my safety gloves, and we're gonna come down here and do some wood chopping. Ooh. They say this is useful for pruning, doing your garden work, and all that kind of stuff. But for me, with my tiny wood stove, I really want to be able to chop firewood more efficiently than using a hand saw, or less dangerously than using my skill saw. And I'm hoping that this is the solution. Let's start with a small, thin piece. Here we go. Well, that's good. It definitely grabs a lot, and so it has a little bit of kickback, but it's cutting quickly. there we go. Firewood done. Lovely. Draining the oil back out of that is going to be interesting according to what the instructions say, but it looked real freaking great. Cut up my firewood nice and good. I'm going to go into the van and start a fire with all my firewood. Hope the hat's gonna dry. There we go. I'm a bit wet and bedraggled, aren't I? Okie dokie. Time to light a fire. When I wake up in the morning, I like to use my diesel heater because I can turn it on from bed. But once I'm in here for the day, then putting the fire on just keeps everything nice and toasty warm, really dries out the inside of the van because I'm always tracking water in every time I go outside with my boots, my feet, my clothing, everything. So, time to get warm and dry. There's our hero of the day. We've got some rubbish to burn this morning. Some snack wrappings from yesterday. Tiny vacuum cleaner out and vacuum up all this ash. We'll do that after we get this fire going. Fire is going excellently. Big help that this chopped all my firewood up. Now, time to put some water on to boil to make me some tea. Need to get some barkeeper's friend or brasso or something to give my little teapot a clean. Ooh, it's getting toasty and warm in here. Remember rose hips? Well, I put them in a jar with some dry sugar, and the sugar has turned into this. I am going to warm this up over the fire and then put it in the strainer and try and drain all the syrup out so that I can use this as a beautiful flavoring, seasonal festive flavoring with a rose hip flavor for my teas and Christmas drinks. I think that's really beautiful. I have got some rose petal honey plus this, and I think that's going to be delightful. There we go. Rose hip syrup warming and draining. Everything keeps nice and toasty warm. Oh, it looks so pretty. But I do need to get Brasso and give it a Brasso or bartender's friend and give it a clean and find my vacuum for here too. Look how pretty this is. There we go. There we go. And so I put this inside my mug, hold that over the top. Oh yeah. This has got rose petals on it, marshmallow root, I believe some licorice root. Oh, it's just a really delicious blend. I really need to put that peppermint into a tea jar. Oh, it smells so good. Octohead is drying out from his morning's adventures in the rain and the snow. And I have now cleaned up all of the ash. Looks good. A huge thank you to Cecil for this mini chainsaw. It is so powerful and so great, and the safety equipment and spare parts and double batteries is awesome. I'm very stoked to have that to keep me in firewood and nice and cozy and warm this winter. You'll be able to find the link to this in the description below this video. So if you open the description box, the link for this that will give me an Amazon affiliate kickback is down below. Thanks so much. Bye. Just a little bit of snow tonight. Not too much. Hello. It is a cold, wet, and miserable day, but I really wanted to get some underwater tea drinking shots with my mugs. Unfortunately, the wind is up, and so the sediment has been churned up. So I am going to hop into the water and hope that out a little bit deeper, the little visibility might clear up a little bit. And if it does, I'm going to go back to the shore, grab my tea mugs, and do a little underwater photo shoot. I'm running out of light, but I had a grand old time. If you are interested in my ocean mugs, the pottery that I have made that has got octopus, kelp, sea stars, it's all handmade. You can go to my website on flossyrocks.ca and to the shop, and it would be a huge support for me if you would check out these mugs. If you or your ocean lover in your life would like to wake up in the morning and have the ocean right near them, this is a beautiful way to do it. Check them out on my website, flossyrocks.ca. Cheers!
Have you had your cup of vitamin C today? Did you wish your crustacean friends happy holidays? Missing the ocean because it's brisk outside? Kelp got you all tied up? Bring the ocean to you with these cheerful, ocean-inspired, handmade ceramic mugs. Keep your octopuses close and your sea stars closer. Get your cup of vitamin C here today with Flossy Rocks.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'm still traveling at the moment, so the next video will be in 2 weeks. If you haven't already, please hit the thumbs up and the subscribe button if you enjoyed this video. I'm looking forward to reading all your comments, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.